Hi friends! I'm here to show you today how to use our handwriting paper. So in the materials list or in the resources area, you will find blank pages just like this. And this is how we teach the kids how to write their names or practice letter writing on a line or in the lines. The one that you have and the one that I'm showing here, it's about 2 inches wide. And that's what we use when we're first introducing how to do their names or how to do letters. And it works really well for the uppercase as well as the lowercase. It is blank, and so we use it in a variety of ways. I'm going to show you a couple today. And then as the kids get more proficient with their writing and more comfortable with it, we do change the lines. So I will be having a second video where the lines get a little bit smaller, and then I'll show you how to use those as well. So for friends that are already comfortable with their name and already comfortable with letters, go ahead and watch the second video with the smaller lines. And this will be better for our friends that are still working on it and still practicing. Okay, so to get started, print out a paper just like this. A handwriting page is what we call it. It is, like I said, 3 lines, and they are 2 inches wide each. And that's what the kids have been practicing with us in the class. They've seen this before. And the first way we use it is to introduce how to write their name. So this is mine, and how we do it is the top line is a black marker. So I wrote mine in with Sharpie. You would write your child's name with a Sharpie. The second line you write in with a highlighter. And this allows the children to trace the name and to trace the letters and get comfortable with the shapes of the letters. And as they are tracing it with their crayon, you can say the shapes and the names of the lines so that they're comfortable with it. So for example, mine would be a long line, big loop, little line, little curve. And this one is a kind of a tricky one. This is called the loop-de-loop. Or little curve, round and round, stop. That's another way to say it. The bottom line, we leave blank, but we do make a little happy face or a dot so that they have a starting point. And so when you show this to the children and they've seen it before, they know that the top line is for looking, the middle line is for tracing, and the bottom line is now for copying. So that is how we would set that up. And they are not expected to do anything on this side, but if their name is short, like mine, they could then write it again. If their name is long, then just leave it as is, one whole time. The second way we use this is once they've gotten comfortable with their names and maybe we want to introduce them to some word writing or some copying of sight words and things like that, is we do it like this. So you can do the sight words similar to this if you're introducing one sight word at a time. For example, if you wanted to do the word the, you could do it this way. Or if they're comfortable enough to do copying on their own, you would give them the 3 lines with a starter. And again, our starters are either the happy faces or a dot. And then they would take the word card and then they could copy it on their own because they've already gotten comfortable with knowing how to copy from this one. So this would be the second step. So if, for example, if I had one of my word cards, and I will have some available for you in the resource area if you would like to check. One of the words would be spring. They would get the word card for spring, and you can set that up right next to them. And then they would copy the word. Just like that. And what we're doing here is we're practicing again how to stay within the lines, touching the top line, touching the bottom line, and being able to keep our lowercase letters within the space allotted. I hope that was helpful. We will have these in the resource areas for every week this month, and I will be sending the word cards for the kids to practice. If your child wants to have more practice with their name, I suggest this one. And if your child is very comfortable with all of this, then please go check out the video for the smaller lines because it becomes a little more difficult and we teach it just a little bit differently. Thanks.